Hi. So, I got a lot of comments. I haven't looked at them, honestly, yet, but I will. But I got a lot of comments I've seen so far asking what's going on with me tonight. Well, I am flooding. That's what's happening. Except this flood came with something that I've never done during a flood before. And here's the thing about my flooding. Let's go back real quick. I realized I've been flooding my whole life. It's just once the brain injury happened, it went from just regular Katrina to Katrina, plus the Japanese tsunami, plus the Philippine tsunami, plus Mount St. Helens, plus every war ever fought, every drop of blood ever spilled, every tear ever cried, every breath ever brought in, and every one ever let out. That's what happened to me with my brain injury. That's what I noticed. That's what I noticed about flooding. That's why this is probably one of my favorite paintings, and probably one of a lot of people's favorite paintings. But in today's flood, which has been building up, and for some reason, I've always processed things like this, but now, I don't know why now. I just know that I process. I kind of learned how to surf today, a little bit. Maybe more of a paddleboard type of thing. And I got floaties on, definitely, and I got one of those, the little giraffe, the wee things, you know, and I definitely am holding somebody's hand. Definitely. But I'm learning how to surf. And every time a new wave comes now, I'm learning more about from the last wave. I learn and I surf better. And today, why my flood was different than every flood I've ever had, every flood you've ever seen that I've shown here, every flood that everybody I've known has ever seen me do. Today, I figured out how to not drown. The waves are still coming. I can feel them, and they're in here. I mean, that pit is there. The darkness, the demons, the shadows, the the light, the stars, the everything. They're there. The waves will never, ever stop. They just will not for me. And we all have our own kind of waves. It's our tsunami. It's our flood. So the only person that has the ability to figure out how to swim inside of it is you. That's it. Now, through this, and why this flood is so amazing for me, is for the first time ever, I'm not just rambling on. I mean, I am a little bit. I do have a brain injury. But I'm not just rambling on. I'm not just rambling on because I know for the first time what I want to do with my life. Part of what's always been so frustrating for me, what's so hard, was I wanted to do everything. I love literally everything. I find everything interesting. I find everything interesting in detail and ways that even I do not understand. But I do recognize finally, and I accept now that that's just who I am. It's just how I am, and the complexity of what that meant in trying to assimilate myself to be however it was. I would still be me, because people love when I'm super nice and awesome with how I am. So my job was to learn how to be like that, but also be So be that part of me, but be like everybody else, and not give into what my dark parts are, or understand them or anything. Just sweep them away. Well, sweeping them away, all that did was put them under a rug that just built up, built up, built up, built up, until literally one day I tripped on it. Now, I ended up tripping into some dude's fist repeatedly, and then the ground repeatedly. But nonetheless, the reason I tripped was because I kept sweeping it under the rug. I can't anymore. This is how I'm going to be happy. This is how I'm going to be who I want to be. Everything I want to be. Everybody I want to help. I want to help everybody. Brain injury first, because we are the ones, our flood's got some damage in it going on, something fierce. So we need to help first. And for the first time, that's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to do. Yes, I want to help everybody in the world. I truly do. My heart really is that big. I have to accept that. It really hurts. To have a heart that big, it hurts a lot. To have a brain that can come up with ideas and pictures of ways of expressing yourself like this, I know that a lot of people admire that. And that's okay. I appreciate being admired for this. Now, when I was younger, I used that admiration as a fuel to try to make myself feel better for the things that hurt inside of me. And what that did was it turned me into a narcissistic ass. I don't know what's going on now exactly, but I know it's the opposite of narcissistic ass. But please understand that with all that admiration, which I now appreciate, but I want to express with that, with this beauty comes an equal torment, an equal amount of pain and darkness. That's the darkness that equals the beauty. That's what I am. The part when I'm not posting a video all the time, well, sometimes I post the videos like this. That's the point of how I now want to express myself. I live in the digital age, so I'm going to live a digital life to a certain degree. I do keep some things for myself, but finding my purpose, finding true happiness, learning how to surf this bitch, that one I'm just going to share tonight with everybody.